Hey friends, recently I watched a video that had the title, Discipline, How to Actually Outwork Everyone the Easy Way on its thumbnail. The title and thumbnail were quite interesting, so I decided to watch the video. The video made some valid points, one of which was about how most people, when asked what one thing is required to move forward in life, would say discipline. But the video argued that it's not necessarily true. If you want to outwork others and succeed, the most important thing is to follow your natural inclination. By natural inclination, it means doing the things you are good at, the things that come easily to you. When you work on something you're already good at, you won't need much discipline. Or even if you do, it will be minimal. Now, half of the things in that video made sense to me, but I think the other half was quite misleading, especially for people who lack discipline in their lives. So if you lack discipline and want to build it, watch this video till the end. I can say this with full confidence. If you want long-term success in life, not just short-term, discipline is absolutely necessary. Without discipline, you won't be able to achieve big things in life. Yes, I might be using harsh words, but it's true. If you want to grow big, then you must have discipline. And the term grow big is not just a word. It's actually an acronym made of 7 letters, each representing a lesson on why discipline is crucial in life. If you understand or adopt these 7 reasons in the acronym GROW BIG, trust me, you can increase your discipline by 10x or even 100x. Plus, if you watch the video with discipline, by the end, you'll understand the core concept of GROW BIG. I'll also give you a gift that will help you take your discipline to the next level. But to access the free gift, you need discipline. So watch till the end with discipline. Now let's start. As I mentioned, GROW BIG is an acronym where the G stands for grind, because discipline gives you grind. The video talks about how natural inclination can help you progress in life, but the truth is, discipline isn't just about doing what we like. In life, sometimes we have to do things we dislike, and that requires discipline. No matter what your natural inclination is, for example, J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter books, her natural inclination wasn't to face rejection or write books, but she had to grind through rejection after rejection from publishers. She had to push through before one publisher finally accepted her idea, and only then did she find success. The publishers rejected her, after which one publisher accepted her idea for Harry Potter, and then she became successful. Yes, her natural inclination was writing, but if she hadn't grinded through the rejections, if she didn't have the discipline to keep pushing, we might not have seen the amazing Harry Potter story. A similar example is Colonel Sanders, whose natural inclination was cooking, but he combined that with grinding. He faced over 1,000 rejections before finally making KFC. These are foreign examples, but let me share a beautiful Indian example. Arunima Sinha, a national-level volleyball champion. Once, while traveling on a train, robbers came and something happened between them, leading the robbers to push her out of the moving train. She suffered severe injuries, and the doctors had to amputate her leg below the knee. After such an incident, even the most talented, naturally positive-minded people may give up and think nothing can be done. But Arunima, in the hospital, decided that while she might not play volleyball again, she would climb Mount Everest. When people heard this, they mocked her, saying, "How can a one-legged woman climb Everest? No one has done it before." But Arunima was determined. She started training slowly and made Bachendri Pal, the first Indian woman to climb Everest, her coach. She went through a lot of pain and challenges, obviously because she didn't have a leg. But still, she kept up her discipline to practice every day. And guess what? In 2013, after 2 years of relentless effort, Arunima became the first woman in the world without legs to climb Mount Everest. Her journey didn't stop there. She went on to climb the highest peaks of all 7 continents. See, James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, says that talent is good, but without good habits and systems in life, no matter how talented you are, you won't achieve long-term success. A great example of this is my own channel. This second channel you're watching has managed to stay consistent, still gets views, and earns money. Why? Because I built the discipline to upload a book summary every Sunday, and because of that discipline, I've been able to make great and interesting content. Motivation can be like waves, sometimes up, sometimes down. So even if you're naturally inclined to work, when motivation is low, you'll need discipline. A successful person doesn't become successful only when they're in their good times. They become big when they maintain consistency during their bad times. Along with this, another important thing that discipline gives you is mastery. The R in GROW BIG stands for resilience, which is also given by discipline. See, if success came from our natural inclinations or comfort zones, everyone would be a master at something. But you know how few masters there are in this world. And I'm not just saying this. Angela Duckworth, the author of Grit, and Cal Newport, the author of Deep Work, both say that to do something big in life, you need to achieve mastery. And to achieve mastery, you need to give regular effort and deep focus. You need to be willing to explore uncomfortable areas. A great example of this is Wilma Rudolph, who was prematurely burned in 1940. Her weight at that time was just 4.5 pounds, about 2 kilograms, which means she was born very weak. Not only that, she then got polio, which paralyzed her legs. The doctors told her that she would never be able to walk, and that was the diagnosis. The doctors said, okay, but Wilma and her mother refused to give up. For many years, she wore braces on her legs and started doing painful physical therapy. She would walk for miles, literally kilometers, to attend appointments, and her family helped her a lot with the exercises. Every day, she kept working hard, and slowly, Wilma's determination grew stronger. Discipline and perseverance became a habit for her. Step by step, after much struggle, she started trying to walk, and as a result, at the age of 12, she overcame all the odds and began walking without braces. But wait, the story doesn't end there. The most interesting part began after that. She then decided to become an athlete. She started practicing again with discipline and consistent effort, and in 1960, the Rome Olympics, she became the first American woman to win 3 gold medals and earned the title of the world's fastest woman. Now let me ask you, if Wilma had chosen the easy path, the one she was naturally inclined towards, do you think she would have achieved all these things? I'm sure we've all seen similar examples around us, people who are naturally good at something. For example, a person who plays the guitar really well. It's his natural inclination, and he doesn't have to put in much effort. Yet, he doesn't become a great guitar player or singer. Why? Because he lacks discipline. He may have the talent and can do it easily, but without the discipline, he doesn't make the effort to practice regularly. This lack of consistency holds him back from becoming a successful artist. Discipline is like watering a plant every day. No matter how fertile the soil is, the plant won't survive without water or consistent effort. Even if the soil is rich and ideal for growth, until you plant the seed and nurture it regularly, it won't grow. Similarly, no matter how much talent you have or how naturally good you are at something, you won't be able to use that potential if you don't have discipline in your life. So the question for you is, are you ready to embrace both your natural inclination and put in the effort to work on your character? Because one more very important thing for your success is your character. And fortunately, discipline helps build your character too. The O in Grow Big stands for ownership of character. Many people believe discipline only helps you achieve your goals, but it also helps you build a strong character. Think about it. In many movies and animated shows, we admire characters who have discipline, and those are the ones who accomplish great things. Let's take a real example, Muhammad Ali, who is known as the greatest boxer of all time. While we know he was an exceptional boxer, not many people know that in 1967, Muhammad Ali, at the peak of his boxing career, faced a highly controversial situation. The US government asked him to serve in the military for the Vietnam War, but Ali flatly refused. He made a famous statement, "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong. No Viet Cong ever called me a knot." He also said, "Why should they ask me to put on a uniform and go 10,000 miles from my home and drop bombs and bullets on brown people in Vietnam, while so-called Negro people in Louisville are treated like dogs and denied simple human rights?" Ali wasn't afraid of war. Instead, he stood strong with his principles, his religion, and his sense of self. He refused to go fight in a war that, in his eyes, unjustly harmed innocent people in Vietnam, while back home in America, Black people were being treated like second-class citizens and denied basic human rights. Ali was a deeply religious man and valued his moral beliefs as a Muslim. He fought for justice and equality, and for that reason, he boldly challenged the US government. However, this decision came with major consequences. He was stripped of his heavyweight champion title and banned from boxing for 3 years. The public criticized him heavily, calling him names, and legal battles began. He received many threats, yet he stood firm with his principles because he had a strong character. He could have chosen an easier path, but he didn't. He fought for what he believed in, and this character was formed because he was a disciplined person. As I saw in the video, it was mentioned that choosing the easy path may seem better for you, but Stephen Covey, author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, says that discipline builds integrity, reliability, and accountability. These three qualities help you in your career success, and more importantly, they shape a strong character. Therefore, don't just look at discipline through a narrow lens, but try to see it from a broader perspective, because this will also help you become adaptable, which is crucial in life. Discipline will give you a wide. Similarly, no matter how talented you are, you need discipline to move forward. In today's world, adaptability is key, and that comes with regular effort, learning, and growth. So the question for you is, will you stick to the one path that feels easiest, or will you embrace discipline and adaptability to grow and evolve? It's about balance, balancing strength and discipline. And this is the fifth point of Grow Big, the balance between strength and discipline. We often feel safe in what we're good at. Like if you're good at drawing, you'll feel comfortable drawing. But what if I told you that you had to sell your art to make money? This concept is explained by Carol Dweck, an expert who says your mindset should never be fixed but focused on growth. Sometimes you must work on your weaknesses if required. For example, MS Dhoni was an explosive batsman but lacked finishing skills and wasn't a great wicketkeeper at first. But he worked on these areas and through consistent effort became one of the best finishers and wicketkeepers, as well as a great leader who led India to victories across all formats. This shows that while it's important to focus on your strengths, balancing and addressing weaknesses can make a big difference. Some people think discipline is like being locked in a cage, but discipline is actually the key to freedom. Initially, it may feel like you're being confined, but as discipline becomes a part of your life, you'll realize it's the key to unlocking your freedom. A great example of this is Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL commander and author of Discipline Equals Freedom. He lives by these principles, waking up at 4:30 a.m. every day, proving that discipline leads to ultimate freedom. Exactly. Jocko Willink emphasizes that his discipline, like waking up early, is not a restriction but a source of freedom. By having a disciplined routine, he takes control of his life rather than letting life control him. He chooses to work on himself daily, whether it's through exercise, sharpening his mind, or doing the necessary tasks. This discipline helps him avoid becoming a slave to procrastination or laziness, which many people often fall into. Similarly, when you discipline yourself with money through saving and investing, it might initially feel like you're restricted, but over time, you'll realize that this discipline actually gives you the freedom to enjoy life in ways that others can't. You can travel, buy things you couldn't have afforded before, and achieve financial stability. On the other hand, those without discipline, who impulsively spend, might find themselves struggling financially because they never focus on saving or planning for the future. In her book, Financially Free, the author discusses how a fixed mindset, like I'm only good at one thing, can limit your growth. People with a fixed mindset often struggle because they want the world to bend to their desires. But in reality, the only thing you can control in life is yourself. If you convince yourself that you're only capable of doing one thing and can't change, you'll limit your potential. In contrast, those with a growth mindset understand that they can develop new skills and adjust their approach to life. They don't limit themselves to one fixed idea of who they are, but are open to learning and evolving, which leads to greater success and fulfillment in life. This is a great example of how adaptability and discipline are key to success, and Steve Jobs' story exemplifies it. Even though he was naturally gifted in marketing and business, Jobs didn't stop there. He focused on developing his leadership skills, teamwork, and emotional intelligence, areas that didn't come as easily to him. By embracing these aspects, he transformed not just as a businessman, but also as a leader who shaped the future of technology. His ability to adapt and grow beyond his natural strengths played a major role in his success. The analogy of living in a strong house is also spot on. If you rely solely on your strengths, it's like staying inside a comfortable, secure home. While it might feel good for a while, you miss out on all the opportunities outside. To grow, both birds and humans must leave their comfortable spaces and face new challenges. Only then do they truly evolve. This is where discipline comes in. By forcing ourselves to move beyond the comfort zone and adapt, we unlock our potential for greater success. Now you're leading to a powerful story to drive the point home. Terry Fox's story is a perfect example of someone who didn't let adversity define him. At 21, when Terry Fox was diagnosed with cancer, he could have easily given up. But instead, he chose to run across Canada on one leg to raise awareness and funds for cancer research. This act of courage, perseverance, and discipline became an inspiration for millions. Terry didn't let his challenges stop him. He adapted, pushed his limits, and made a lasting impact. His story perfectly encapsulates the message you've shared. Success isn't just about natural talent or staying within your comfort. It's about the discipline to keep pushing, the adaptability to grow through challenges, and the willingness to take on discomfort for something greater. Are you ready to take on that challenge? Terry Fox's story is incredibly inspiring. After losing his right leg to bone cancer, many people would have considered their life to be over, especially given the physical and emotional toll it takes. But Terry didn't see it that way. Instead of succumbing to despair, he chose to turn his adversity into a mission. He set out to raise money for cancer research, despite the immense challenge of running on a prosthetic leg. What makes his story even more remarkable is the fact that his initial goal wasn't even this grand. It was only after his diagnosis and the loss of his leg that he decided to embark on this mission. He started the Marathon of Hope, where he ran 26 miles every single day, despite the pain and difficulty of using a prosthetic leg. This was no ordinary feat. It required not just physical endurance, but immense mental strength and discipline. Each day, as he pushed through the grueling miles, he wasn't just running for himself. He was running for all those who were suffering from cancer. His goal was to inspire others, raise funds for cancer research, and show that even the toughest circumstances could be overcome with determination and purpose. Terry's story isn't just about running a marathon. It's about the power of discipline and the ability to turn even the most devastating challenges into a source of strength. It's about having the courage to embrace adversity, to adapt, and to continue moving forward even when everything seems impossible. His story is a reminder that with discipline and purpose, even the most difficult paths can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Terry Fox's story is a testament to the incredible power of discipline and resilience. Despite losing his leg to cancer, he didn't let that stop him from pursuing a mission that was much bigger than himself. His goal wasn't just to run, it was to raise awareness and fund cancer research. He ran 26 miles every day for 143 days, enduring immense physical pain and fatigue, simply driven by his discipline and commitment to the cause. His efforts led to raising over $24 million at that time, which is a monumental achievement considering the population of Canada. What makes his story even more powerful is that it wasn't about having natural talent or inclination for running. Terry Fox didn't give up or limit himself based on what others might think. He didn't let the absence of his leg stop him. Instead, he adapted and found a way to move forward with discipline. Even though he eventually lost his battle with cancer, his legacy didn't end there. Today, the Terry Fox Run takes place annually worldwide, continuing to raise millions of dollars for cancer research. His journey demonstrates that discipline, when coupled with resilience and a greater purpose, can lead to extraordinary results. It's about showing up every single day, no matter the challenges or obstacles. And the message here is powerful. If someone who faced such immense challenges could achieve something so remarkable, think about what those of us who are physically capable and healthy can achieve with the same level of discipline and commitment. Discipline isn't just about doing what's easy. It's about showing up, putting in the work, and pushing through when things get tough. The key takeaway here is that daily consistency, no matter how difficult life gets, is what will ultimately lead to success and meaningful change. Terry Fox's story isn't just about running a marathon. It's about the impact one person's disciplined efforts can have on the world. And we all have the potential to create our own version of that impact. You watched the video, which is a big deal, and that's why I have a reward for you. Over the past 7-8 years, I've read hundreds of books, and from those, I've curated a playlist of some of the best books. If you feel like there's a lack of discipline in your life, and you want to bring inspiring discipline into your life, so much so that you become an inspiration to the entire world, then I highly recommend checking out that video playlist. At the very least, watch one video from it. The video will be here, so make sure to watch it and try it. If you watch the entire playlist, what will happen is that you'll essentially be taking a small course on discipline, which will strengthen your mindset and help you become a more Also, I've tried this video in a new format and on a